All right, in this training, you're going to be going through how to set up your members database in your ads manager. First thing you need to do is go into your CRM system or your database that you store all of your members in and create a new database to your current members, right? You're going to create a CSV file. When you create one, this is a little dummy one I've got. When you've got one, you're going to need your first name, last name, phone number, and email. Do your first name in your column here, column 1A or A1, as an FN. And then LN, don't type first name, last name. Facebook or Meta will not recognize it. All right, FN, LN, phone, email, pop the details in there, okay? Go through and download that as a CSV file. And there it is, okay? Come back to that in a moment. From there, go into your ads manager, left-hand side of your screen, hover over these icons, go into your audiences. You're going to create an audience. It is a custom audience and it is a customer list. That is your current members database, okay? You can download a template here from Meta if needed, but do it the way I've just shown you and you won't need to download the template. Go next. You're going to drag and drop that file, that CSV file, in here. So if I grab mine, I'm going to drag it and drop it there. Does your file include column and customer values? No. Okay. You can rename it here, so you can call this, for example, the May 2025. You need to update this at least once a month, minimum. Okay. As you're selling and you're getting new clients into your business, you need to continually update this because we are not going to be advertising to these people. All right. Go next. You'll see here that it's mapped. My first name, my last name, my phone numbers, and my email. If you see actions needed, click on that and find out what the actions are. You've formatted it incorrectly. Okay, go back to your CSV file and adjust what needs to be adjusted and then re-download it. Okay, so import and create. It'll take a minute to come through. There it is. It's found 139 rows and it's all uploaded. Done. Okay. That is how you create your members database in Meta. And there it is. All right, this is how you're going to set up your warm audience settings. This is not your ad set setup for your warm audience. This is setting up the custom audiences that you need to be able to set up your warm audience. Left-hand side of the page again, going to your audiences. You're going to need to set up a couple of different ones. So under create audiences, custom audience, you're going to set up a website, a video, an Instagram, and a Facebook. Okay. Starting with the website, you'll click onto here, go next. Make sure you've got your pixel here. This is a dummy site, so it's not going to work for me, but a dummy site here. You're going to change this to 180 days. And you're going to call this your website. So this is going to engage with anyone that's engaged with your website pixel over the last 180 days. You're going to create that audience. Done. You're then going to go and create your video audience. You're going to choose your engagement. I want people who have viewed for at least 3 seconds or more. I'm going to select my videos. You're going to go to your Facebook page first. I'm going to go into chalk cans and you're going to select videos that have the high engagement. Okay. So you're looking for more than what your members are. If you've got 100 members and you've got 100 views, chances are it's a lot of your members that have viewed it. So you're looking for high engagement. You'll find Facebook will also be lower than Instagram. So you want to go through and select a couple over the last few months, probably 3 to 4 or 5 months, right? No more than that. So I'll go there for this one. And then I want to go to my Instagram page. Going to go to chalk. And now you can see I've got higher engagement across my Instagram. Okay, so we're going to select all these out. All these high engagement ones. The low engagement, I'm not selecting those. You'll also need to update this as you post reels across your Instagram. When you get high engagement reels, you'll need to go in here and you'll need to edit this. I'll show you how. So let's say I'm happy with that. You want sort of about, over the last couple of months, if you've got some really good ones, sort of that 15 to 20, 25 videos, keeping that refreshed and updated constantly. We're going to confirm that. We're going to call this our video. We're going to create that audience. Now, if I post a reel last week and it's gone crazy on Instagram, I've got lots of views, lots of engagement, you're going to want to go into your video audience here. You're going to edit it. You're going to edit your videos. You're going to go bring up my Facebook or my Instagram and say that was not selected. That's my new reel. You're going to select that new reel and then confirm. Okay, and that's going to add that to your video selection. Update audience. Okay. You're now going to need to create your Instagram account engagement. So this is looking for everyone who's engaged with this professional network. Let's give this a second to load. Just select any, doesn't matter. I'll delete it anyway. Instagram. 365. Okay, create audience. You're then going to need to go in and create your next one, which is your Facebook engagement. Next, anyone that's engaged with that page over the last 365, we're going to call this your Facebook 365. Create. Done. I now have my Facebook, my Instagram, my video, and my website audiences set up so that I'm ready to get into my campaign and set up my ad set for my warm audience when you get to that stage. This is how you're going to set up your lookalike audience for when you go into your ad set later to set up your lookalike ad set. Okay, so same thing. We're going back into our audiences. We're going to create an audience. This is your lookalike audience. Now, as you would have seen, my example database only had 139 people on it, which is fine, okay? If you have under 100 people on your database, you will not be able to create a lookalike audience based on that database, okay? Let us know that information and we'll talk you through how you may be able to create a lookalike audience, or we may need to not create that when we're doing your ad sets. But to create it, you're going to do this drop down here, click on other sources. In the background here, you can see it's called example member database. Okay. Example member database. There it is. I'm creating that. You're selecting Australia or your localized country that you live in. You're going to set it to 1%, and then you're going to create that audience. And that's what it should look like. Before you get stuck into setting up your campaign, the first thing you want to do is set up your columns, okay? That's all these little things here, on and off, campaign, delivery, etc. Okay? Go down to customize columns and have a look on the right-hand side here and see what is in there. There could be things in there that you simply don't need. What I would say you don't need is things like attribution settings. We want results, we want reaches, we want impressions, we want costs, we want quality, we don't need, engagement, we don't need, conversion rate, we don't need, amount spent, ends, and scheduled, okay? What you also want in there is your CTR, your click-through rate, click link through rate. Add that in, bring that up, to underneath your impressions. I'm going to add in my CTR all, so you can see all performance of your click-throughs. I'm going to bring that up as well and drop that beneath that one. I'm going to save this as a preset, and I'm going to call this Rob. Now you can see here, my columns preference right now is Rob. I can always change that back to performance, but it's Rob's. Okay, that's the one you're going to want to see. Main categories around your budget, your results, your reach, your impressions, your click through again, and your cost. Okay, those are the key categories that we want to look at. I want you to be looking at during your daily ad reviews. Setting up your campaign. All right. You'll see on your main page all your historic campaigns. If this is your first time using Meta, there'll be nothing here, just like this. If you've got history here, go through and make sure you toggle everything off. So anything new you create always starts at the top, okay? All right, click on Create. If you've got any errors coming up at the top of this page, make sure you go back and actually go into your account and fix those errors before you proceed forward. I've got an error here because I don't have my credit card details attached to this account. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that for now. Your buying type is an auction. You've got an option there to reservation. We're just doing an auction. You're going to leads campaign. Click continue. Now my account has not been updated to the latest Meta versions because they haven't updated my account yet. It's not something you can physically update. So I have the option to do a manual leads campaign. If you don't see this option here, that is okay. Just continue forward. Okay, it doesn't make a huge difference anymore. But I'm going with a manual lead campaign. Continue. That'll open up a campaign, an ad set, which is, is always the 4 squares. That is your ad set. And then your ad, which is the 1 big square. Those are your ads. Okay. So I'm going to start at my campaign level. You're going to rename your campaign. Chalk cans instant form. The name of your program, so 28-day reset. And this is May 2025. Buying type is auction. Campaign objective is to get leads. From here, make sure your Advantage campaign budget is toggled on. If you leave that turned off, whatever your pre-selected budget is, which mine is $20, if you leave it off, that is $20 will be put towards every ad set that you create. Okay, so that'll be $20 here, $20 in your next one, $20 in your next one. We create 4 ad sets, so you'll be spending $80 per day. So switch that over, okay? Recommended budget to start with is $40 per day. Make sure you read this. Everyone always asks, oh, I've set it at $40, but it's spending more. It will spend an average of $40, but it may spend up to $70, okay? If you have a very high performing campaign, Meta will push it a little bit harder for you based on your budget, okay? So make sure you've got that on, turn off and make sure it's off. You're A/B testing. We're not doing an A/B test on this. That is how you set up your campaign. We're going to set up your first ad set for your broad audience. Okay, so you can see here I'm in my ad set, which is my 4 squares. First thing you're going to do is rename it. The renaming, go to your campaign, copy your campaign name, go back to your ad set, paste that in there, take out May, and we're going to type in broad. Next thing I'm going to do is select an instant form. You're going to go down to your Facebook page. Make sure you are selected to the right Facebook page. If you've got multiple Facebook accounts, make sure you're on the right one. You're then going to scroll down to Advantage Plus Audience, and I'm going to switch to Original Audience Options. And I'm going to use the original audience. If you've got the new Meta layout, yours will look like this. Same thing, you're going to rename it. You're going to scroll down here to your audience, is what they've called it. and you're going to go to further limit the reach of your ads, and you're going to switch the setup. Okay, it's all the same options, just looks a little bit different. Going back, custom audiences. We're going to add an exclusion. We're going to exclude my members database that I've uploaded. You're then going to go to your location. You're going to hit browse and bring up the map of your continent. For mine, I live in Cairns, Chalk is in Cairns, so we're going to look for Cairns. What you'll see now is it's going to give me this huge circle around Cairns. What I really want to do is go to your location that your gym is located, okay? And grab this little drop pin, drop it over that location. And then I'm going to change this down because as you can see, it's a huge amount of area. There's a lot of water and a lot of mountains and trees and bushes out here where no one lives. I don't want to advertise to that. So I'm going to reduce that down to what's recommended, 3-mile radius. I can see on mine, it's still quite big and it's going into this water area. There's a lot of mountains over here and there's mountains down here. No one lives there, okay? I'm going to reduce that down. Let's go to 2. Getting better, but I'm still got this big area here that I don't really want to advertise to. So reduce it down to 1. Bit better. You can see there's some suburbs there, so people do live over in that space. But now I'm missing all these extra areas down here. Grab another drop pin, drop it here. Let's reduce this down to a 1. Grab another one, drop it over here. Let's reduce that down to a 1. It's not bad if it overlaps like that. You don't want it just straight over the top of the other one, but if it overlaps like that, that's okay. You want to go through and do this for all the areas that you want to advertise to. You can do another drop pin for Mount Sheraton. I know we get people from Gordonville down the road. I might do a drop pin straight over Gordonville. Again, reduce that down. Let's make that maybe a 2. See what that looks like. There is some farmlands, a little bit too big. Let's reduce that down to a 1, and so on. Go through that until you've selected your areas. If you live on a coastal town and you've got like right on the coast here, you can do your drop pin over the top of that, but you might also want to just put in your postcode and that will just select the area of the postcode. From there, you're going to go and select your age that you're going to be advertising to. Remembering when we do our ad copies or when we did our ad copies, we're not going to be selecting such a broad range from 18 to 65. The pain points, the emotional strings, etc., to attract them to you is very different between an 18-year-old and a 65-year-old. So if I'm looking at working professionals, parents, things like that, I might narrow this down a little bit, maybe to 28 to, let's call it 45, for example. I now want to select my gender. Are we advertising to men or women? Remembering when we did our ad copy, we don't really want to advertise to all because we are advertising specifically to pain points and emotions of men or women. And our ads should replicate to that as well. You're directing it directly to one of the genders. So let's select women for example. And I've got my broad audience now ready to go. Setting up your first ad. First thing you want to do is rename it. You're going to copy the name of your ad set and just changing the broad to ad 1, 2, etc. Or, you know, a relative name that you will know that relates to what image you've going to create here. You want to go single image or video, multi-advertise. Now, what you need to do here is set up a couple of things in your destination. You want to set up a form, an instant form, and you need to ensure that your lead delivery is set up with your CRM. If you don't have your CRM set up with your ads manager, type into ChatGPT and ask it how to set that up. Please don't come to our coaches asking for guidance on this. This is something that you will need to do yourself, okay? Type it in there, how do I set up MindBody with Ads Manager? It'll give you the directions on what you need to do, okay? Creating your form. You're gonna create a form. We're gonna call this May Test, right? We're going more volume, we're gonna optimize. We're gonna go next. You can have the option there to select a background image or not. It's up to you. I will for now. You then have an option to use the image of your ad, or you can upload a particular image that will go across all of your ads, of all of your forms. It's up to you. I'm going to use the ad one that I'm going to put in. You then want to create a headline and a description on what they're actually buying into or what they're becoming a lead for, okay? So what you don't want to do here is regurgitate everything you've put out in your ad. They've already read that. So what I do, one I prepared earlier, there's an ad copy I've got. I've got a quick little headline there for me, which will also be the headline for your ad later. And then you've got your description. Now I've just asked it to give me a summary and break it up into 2 paragraphs, right? 2 little short paragraphs. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste it in there. Making sure this isn't too long. It's not just regurgitating the same thing. It's not the same text. It's something new and different, but it's giving the same message, okay? You then want to go next. In your description, you're going to add in here that their information will be held securely with your gym, okay? So just type that in there. I'm not going to type it all out. Information will be held securely with chalk cans. You want to then add a category, custom field, and you want a phone number. Drag your name up, drag your phone number up, and that's typically the order of what people will put in and be comfortable to do. Options. Do not make these optional. Okay? We want this information. You need this information. You're then going to go next. You're going to punch in your privacy policy link. If you don't have one, I suggest you go and create one now. You then want to go into next. I'm going to get a red flag because I didn't put it in there. You're going to say, thanks, you're all set. And then you're going to type in here that one of our staff will be in touch very soon. Let them know you're going to contact them soon. Right? You can put anything in there, but the key is that you're going to contact them. From there, you want to add in the link to your website, and then you want to create your form. Now, once I hit create form, I cannot edit this. If you want to edit it later, save as a draft, and then go back and fix it. Once you hit create form, you cannot edit. It's there forever. You can't delete it. You can't edit it. Now, I'm not going to be able to create this because I'm not putting in my website link or my privacy policy. Okay? But that's okay. I've got one prepared earlier. All right? So you've done that. You've got your CRM set up. Now, go to your creative, and you're going to add your image or your video. I'm just going to select an image. I'm going to select Workout 5 Release. Next. You can go and resize these to square and all that sort of stuff so that it fits in here perfectly. It's completely up to you. What I find now with Meta is it does its own little resizing on your images only relative to making sure it fits within the placements that it's going to be advertising to. So if you see these gray areas in here, I'm not too worried about that right now. Okay? I want to see what it looks like first. We're going to go next. This is where you're going to add your primary text. This is your ad copy. Okay? So the ad copy you've already created, you're going to copy that in straight to your primary text, all of it. Making sure we don't leave gaps on this first line, and I'll show you why. Emotional pain points, maybe add a space there. Just make sure you go through and read this. Any of these long hyphens, take those out. Okay? Take them out, put in either a normal hyphen or put in your comma, whatever you like. Okay? Everyone knows that that is automatically created by ChatGPT, and there's been no sprinkle put on it of your own, okay? So make sure you've got that in there. Then you want to put in your headline. We've already created that. That's there. Paste it there. Leave description blank. Do not add any optional text or optional headlines. Leave description blank, and then your call to action. I personally like learn more because it's got no Dollar Tree value to it. You choose which one works best for you. I'm going to go next. Image generation, nothing. Leave that as a blank. We're going to skip. Then we're going to go into enhancements. We want all of these turned off. As you can see here, they all look to be off. I'm going to select done. And what you're going to find with those enhancements is Meta turns them on automatically. Okay? So make sure you go and edit that every time you upload a new image or video and turn them off. We want all those off. Now you can see on my ad, I've got those first 3 lines taken up, which is really important. Okay, my opening hook, you want to utilize all 3 of those lines there to grab the attention of your audience. I could even just delete that and have it like that. So I'm getting a little bit more text in there, and then just add my space here. Okay. The key is to get someone to love your image, grab them in that opening hook to click in to see more, which we then know has a high percentage of becoming a lead. Okay. That is one ad completely set up, ready to go. Don't stress about this, okay? And if you're getting high placement errors here, you may need to go and resize your images. You can go through here and check your images and see what they look like. That's how it looks. You're going to learn more. Facebook stories, all your reels, your Explorer, your marketplace, your Instagram reel, etc., etc. Okay? It'll show you can go through and have a look at all those and make sure that you're happy with them. If you need to do any resizing, so that image was a bit off in its sizing, you can see here that gray area there. You might want to go resize it and you can re-upload those. Okay? Duplicating your ad to get your next 3 ads. Remembering the 1-4-4 policy. 1 campaign, 4 ad sets, 4 ads. So to duplicate my ad, you go to these 3 action items here. You're going to go to a duplicate. We're going to duplicate this by 3 times. And we're going to hit duplicate. You can see there, when I click on it, it's a copy. That's how you know which one it is. I'm going to change this to add to. All right, so I'm going to start on this one. All you need to do here, because you've set everything up, I've already got my form, my CRM set up, all my copies there. All I want to do is delete my media. Then I'm going to go through and add maybe a new image. Now I want to select, I don't know, this one. Say it's the right one. Make sure it fits. Do your adjustments. Your ad copy stays the same across all your ads. Do not change that. Your headline stays the same. Next. Skip. Done. Go down. Turn off my enhancements. And save. All you need to do is check, make sure you're happy with everything. You've got no errors coming across here. 1 error is fine, it always shows 1. All right, everything looks good, happy, done. We're going to go to the next one. That's my ad 1. I'm going to call this one ad 3. Same thing, just going to go and delete, add media. I might add a video this time. And maybe it's that video there. We're going to go next. Copy stays the same, headline stays the same. Enhancements show that they're turned off. They're going to turn on anyway. Select done. Go down. Once it's in. Come on. taking a little bit longer. This one might need some resizing. Can go through and resize those if you need to. It's still loading, that's what it's doing. There we go. It's just loading, it might be a long video. 30 seconds to 45 seconds maximum, up to a minute max for a video. All right, now that it's in there, it's still loading. I'll let that load. I'll go to my fourth one. And we're going to change this to add copy for. Sorry, add for. And then we're going to go down. Still processing, must be a long video, apologies. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to add another video. And it might be, for argument's sake, let's go that one. I don't know. Let's go that one. There we go. So it fits in all those. If you select that, you can see how it doesn't fit now. Select that. Next. Keep all that the same. Done. Let's see what that does. That one must be shorter video, so that's good. It uploaded quicker. We're going to go down. Make sure our enhancements are turned off. Okay. So I'm going to change that video because it's obviously not loading properly. I'm going to select that one. I'm going to go next. Done. Done. Yeah. Excellent. Go down. Enhancements are off. Cool. That's all it is. Now I've got my campaign ad set for my broad audience and my 4 ads completed, ready to go. All right, duplicating your ad set to create your next 3 ad sets. Just letting you know, you've done all the hard work. These next few processes will just take you 10 minutes, okay? Going through here, you're going to hit those little action menu. We're going to duplicate your ad set, remembering it's the 4 squares. We're going to change that to 3. We're going to duplicate. I now have campaign, my 4 ad sets, my 4 squares, get me out of the way, and your 4 ads across each of your ad sets, which are duplicated from that first one. Okay, so 1, 4, 4, which gives me a total of 16 ads. Setting up your interest audience. All you need to do is select the copy that you've made from your broad audience. You can see there it says copy. We're going to change the name of that ad set to interest. Everything stays the same. All you're amending is your actual audience settings. Okay, so don't go and delete your customer list, etc., etc. All I'm doing in your interest is adding in some detailed targeting. You're going to edit that. We're going to add in some things that your avatar is interested in. For example, I'm targeting some females. They're going to be into health and fitness. Oops. What you want to do is look for the size, okay? Not relevance, we're looking for size of the interest, and you can see the size of this interest across the world. Okay, so I'm going to select that and advertise to people in my area that are my avatar. You might want to do physical fitness. Looking again for that size. There's a nice one there. There is 2 of those. Had them both. It's okay. All right. Health and wellness. Excellent. If you are looking for strength training, see what comes up. We're going to go by size. Go to the top. Yep, some strength there. Cool. CrossFit. Yep, want to add that. Now I'm targeting some females, so this is all around health, fitness, things like that. Remembering they may not be interested in those things yet, but you still want to advertise to them. So you want to maybe look at shopping. It might be something that interests females in my area, and you can see they're huge audiences. Okay, so maybe I'll add that one. Maybe I'll add sports is another big one. So now it's going to start breaking these down and giving me some categories based on stuff I've selected to the highest size. You can see sports has a big one. I might add that. Might add in maybe beauty concepts. Okay, you want a good sort of 5, 6, or 7 interest added here. Okay, you can toggle this off. Meta will just turn it back on, so no need to toggle that off. That's how you set up your interest audience. It's now ready to go. Setting up your warm ad set. All right, we're going to scroll down your page. Sorry, go to the top. We're going to rename this. It's not broad copy anymore. This is now our warm audience. You're going to scroll down your page. You're going to get to this point here. Nothing changes with all of these details. Do not change it. All you are doing is adding in your custom audiences that we've set up earlier. We're now going to add in our Facebook. We're going to add in our Instagram. We're going to add in our video. We're going to add in our website. That's it. Now your warm audience is ready to go. All right, setting up your lookalike ad set, the last one. We're going to change the name, Lookalike. We're going to scroll down your page. Nothing changes amongst all this, don't do it. We're going to go to your custom audiences. Remember we set up that Lookalike audience? We're going to select that. And that's it, it's ready to go. It's all done and set up.